Young Adult Podcast.
Welcome to podcast 181. How do we want to kick this thing off?
Hey, Lions won on Thursday.
They did win on Thursday. I thought they were going to lose, so I am 9-7. Preston thought they were going to lose. He's 9-7.
I said they were going to win, baby.
And they won. You are 11-5.
11-5.
And then Fred said they were going to win.
Yep.
He's 12-5.
12-4.
Yes, 12-4. Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
I'm trying to catch him. That's my goal, is to catch him.
Are you going to try to catch him this week by purposely picking opposite of him? Because that's the only way you're going to catch him.
Oh, I already have my pick. I have no idea what his is. He hasn't texted yet. So
Are you willing to change your pick just to catch him? I mean, you have to.
I will at some point, but I don't think so this week because I think we're going to be different.
The thing of, I feel like I'm battling Preston, you're battling Fred, because Preston and I are just suckers at the back here.
Locked up in the back.
Yeah, we're all stuck in the back like Mario Kart. Can't get up there to the one spot.
You're trying to hate up. My goal is to not get last.
That's it. Yeah, I'm just hate driving at this point.
When I was younger, that's exactly how I played Mario Kart, was just try to beat the computer.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, beat the CPU.
Sounds like my kids too. They can't figure out how I get first place. And then I watch them drive and I'm like, well, I can see why you're not getting in first place. I don't want to say anything to hurt your feelings, so I'm not going to say anything, but I can see it. I can see it. So, okay.
Ready?
Yeah, I am ready.
Let's go to the picks.
Who will win?
It's time for the picks.
All right, the Lions play in Los Angeles on Sunday at 4:25 p.m.
on Fox, which is sad because it means that I have to go somewhere to watch it.
Oh, really?
Yep, I don't get Fox.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
So it's okay. I'll get over it.
Where are you going to go?
No idea yet.
All right. And they are 5.5 point underdogs.
Yeah.
That's big. That's big.
That's big. Yeah, it's big. I'll go first if you want. I got my pick.
Yeah, you go first, and then I'll actually we'll have to. I'm gonna holler for Preston here in a minute and have him come in and give his pick.
All right. I think they're gonna lose, so I'm gonna give them the L.
Okay.
And I don't think Detroit's a bad team. I still think they got a pretty good shot to make the playoffs. But LA is hot, and Puka and Adams are hot, and our secondary stinks.
Our secondary does stink.
Partially because there's just no one left in our secondary.
Every year it feels like this happens to us.
I think our only starting secondary player right now is DJ Reed.
Yeah. He did not play
not
well.
That great. He didn't play that well against Cowboys.
No, not at all.
So, yeah, I'm going with an LA win. Detroit loss.
Yep. I'm going with the Detroit loss too, just for the exact same reasons. Mainly, our secondary stinks. And Stafford, oh my goodness, he's so talented. He'll just pick us apart.
Yeah.
And I'm predicting a loss. Preston! You got your pick?
Hey, he's coming in the door.
All right, which microphone you want to use?
I'll use Pastor Aaron's today because I use you know what, yours is way easier.
He's coming over.
Come on
grab
over.
Pastor Luke's mic.
There you go.
All right. Lions signed DeMonte KZ to replace Brian Branch.
And that's Pittsburgh guy, right?
Yeah, he was also in Atlanta for a while. He's famous for getting suspended in late hits. If he plays, he will cost the Lions about 30 yards in penalties. I think Matthew Stafford has a chance to have a career day. Rams drop over 30 on Detroit. Rams win.
It looks like we're all on the same page here when it comes to the Lions game predictions.
Yep, I think so. We'll see what my dad says. He hasn't responded yet.
Yeah.
I will say, though, a few weeks ago, he predicted that they were going to lose the game and then win out. And so I'm hoping maybe he'll stick to that.
Yeah.
Predict the win. Who knows? Maybe he'll be right.
Who knows?
I don't think so.
You got your culture clash ready to go?
I do.
All right. And hopefully Fred will text us before the podcast is over.
I hope so.
All right. Man, this clashes with my biblical worldview.
Man, that clashes with my biblical worldview.
Oh my goodness. Man, I saw something that made me angry.
Okay.
It's this video that went viral of a woman coming up to the pulpit on a Sunday morning with her child.
Okay.
And she stands in front of the pastor. He's behind the pulpit. She stands in front of the pastor on the other side of the pulpit. And she says, I am here to give you $1,234 of my miracle offering. And she's telling this, she's like making an announcement. It's kind of an unusual thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And he says, I thought I told you to give 2,000. And she goes, well, all I have right now is 1,234. And then he looks up at the church and he goes, I told you guys, if you want your miracle blessing, it's got to be $2,000. So don't come up here with anything less. So I want you to go back and get the rest of the money, and that's what I want. And she goes, sorry, I'll come back with the rest.
Wow.
And I was shocked and angered.
What the heck?
And this is so terrible. So terrible. And I don't even understand how this level of manipulation even exists, that these pastors can even get away with something like this.
That's terrible.
Oh, it was bad.
That's infuriating.
And you could tell, too, by the congregation and the church that this is not a large church or a wealthy church. And it appears that she is pretty much giving everything.
Yeah, right.
And the pastor rejects it.
Right.
And that is the exact opposite of the heart of Jesus.
Absolutely.
I mean, when the widow put in her one penny,
right.
Jesus pointed it out and said, this woman has given more
than
anybody else.
Yeah.
Because she gave everything.
Yeah.
And it had that feel with this woman and this child. And this pastor, he should be fired.
I say he should be fired.
He should not be pastoring. He's not a pastor. He is a
manipulator.
Swindler. He's a swindler. He's a swindler. And what's he going to use the money for? I don't know. I don't know what they're raising the money for. But all he said was, if you want to get your blessing, you've got to give $2,000, which is so wrong.
That's terrible.
I hated it, and it clashes with my biblical worldview.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, I got another one that might infuriate you a little bit.
Oh, these usually do.
It's kind of the
point, though, right?
The point, yeah. So, I just seen this week that London did their big tree lighting for Christmas.
Okay, like the city of London.
Yeah, the city of London.
Over in England.
Over in England.
Okay,
they had this big Christmas celebration, and they have a mayor. The mayor of London is apparently a Muslim.
Okay.
He was like born in London and everything.
Uh-huh.
But he's a Muslim. And he was there, but he was like totally disengaged in everything that was happening, and was kind of almost like mocking it a little bit.
Really?
Just in his he didn't say anything like on the microphone, but in his body language, you could just tell that he just had disdain. He was like looking at the camera, almost like rolling his eyes, like just has this disdain for this. And it was making me think, because I watched there's like a minute video of they were like singing "Hark the Herald Angels Sing" and everybody's clapping and cheering. He was just standing there.
Oh, so he wasn't
not singing, wasn't even really trying.
So like a passive aggressiveness.
Yeah.
Ah.
And it just made me think, because our political world, this guy's in politics, right?
Yeah.
Our political world, I think, often preaches this tolerance and inclusivity message.
Oh, of course. Except
right.
with Christians, right?
Yeah. But also, kind of on the flip side, Christianity kind of doesn't. I mean, everybody's welcome, but Jesus is king. And you're going to bow your knee to him, here on this earth or one day when you die.
Yeah.
And so Jesus, obviously done celebrating Christmas, kind of has this, I don't know, this like, hey, it's Jesus or it's nothing.
Yeah.
Kind of a mentality to it. And this guy couldn't do it. Even as the mayor trying to win everybody's votes, he just super passive aggressive, just arms folded.
Man, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's a crazy video.
I can see it. That'd make you. Yeah, these culture clashes get me all worked up.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I got to relax a little bit, take my deep breaths, and we'll get into the thing that really soothes my soul.
Ready for some Bible talk?
Bible Talk 10.
I love me some Bible talk.
So, Pastor Aaron,
Yeah.
did we steal all of our Christmas traditions from pagans? Or did the pagans steal it from us?
Is our Christmas traditions rooted in paganism?
Yeah.
Is a Christmas tree pagan?
What about mistletoe?
What about the date, December 25th?
Yeah, why did we choose that date for Christmas? What about Santa Claus? What's the deal with him? We will answer all these questions
Come on.
today's podcast. And let me just start off by saying the most profound statement of all, and then we'll prove it, which
Okay.
is pagans stole Christian traditions from us,
Not the other way around.
not the other way around.
That's right.
That's right. Okay. Let me just start reading information, and I must quote my sources.
Yeah, I was going to say, we definitely need to quote our sources on this
Absolutely.
one.
Got to give credit where credit is due. I got to give a big shout out to Wes Huff.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of this research for us. He, on his page, though, cites his sources as well.
Yeah.
So you can go cite those if you want to, but you can check out his YouTube channel. And I got a lot of my information from Wes Huff. So what about the date, December 25th?
December 25th, which is, you know what's, oh, no, I knew about this. Sorry, we haven't even started yet.
Go ahead.
But
You can
I
interrupt
have
me anytime you
heard
want.
this argument for why we shouldn't celebrate Christmas since I was a kid.
Uh-huh.
That December 25th wasn't the day Jesus was born. It's just a random day. It doesn't, and it always made me like, I have had this thought, like, who cares?
So,
Like, we're celebrating Jesus.
yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
But anyway,
Well,
so,
you know,
but
if
I've
you-
heard that a lot, literally since I was a kid.
Well, even early America, they didn't keep track of birthdays.
Yeah, right.
Now, and that was only 200 years ago.
Yeah, I have an uncle who is an immigrant. He came over. He's an American citizen now, but he was an immigrant when he came over, and he's I don't know, maybe late 50s, early 60s.
Okay.
They have no idea when his birthday is.
So he was born where, though?
In Laos,
Okay.
and so they just assigned him a birthday.
Here you go. And so this is very common. The idea of a birthday, culturally speaking, is mainly an American thing in the most recent century, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this date. So Sextus, which was the name of a man, Sextus, Sextus, in the late 2nd century had made the conclusion that December 25th as a date was a date that Christians were celebrating when Jesus was born.
Yeah.
Now that's 2nd century.
Yep.
That's super early.
super early.
Okay. And pagans moved their dates as early as we can find as the 4th century.
Yep, 4th century.
Pagans moved the date of their holidays to December 25th to compete with Christians. The reason for that was because, now this is all true, that the temples where the pagans worshipped were being empty
Yeah.
because so many people were being converted to Christianity.
Yeah.
And they needed to figure out a way to get people back into the temple to worship the pagan gods.
Yeah.
So they stole December 25th because Christians were celebrating it as early as the 2nd century. Another man named Thomas Talley
Yep.
also came to this exact same conclusion as well. Now, there is no evidence to suggest that December 25th was selected to compete with the pagan holiday, but actually the opposite. All the pagan holidays are competing with Christmas. Let me see here. Very early on, Christians pinpointed December 25th as Jesus' birthday. A man named John Chrysostom in 386 AD says this: Christians were celebrating on December 25th as a long time tradition.
Yeah.
Now, long time. That's only 386 AD. A calendar that was found and created in 384 AD says that Christians were celebrating Christmas on December 25th.
There you go.
So that's the date. And so I love this little tradition, or I don't know what you call it, that Wes Huff brought up. There became this thought among scholars that the holiest of men died.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, this is cool. Died, is it 9 months after they were conceived?
They would have died. Well, they would have died on the day they were conceived.
Thank you. I got that wrong. The holiest of men would die on the day they were conceived. And Jesus died, I think, at the end of March.
Right.
And if you just go 9 months,
right,
that's December. That's late December.
Yeah.
So they picked December 25th.
Yep.
So there's a reason that day was selected. Also, the verse in the Bible that the light has come in the darkest of times.
Yeah.
And, well, there's no darker day than late December.
Yeah. It's literally like December 20th through like the 28th is like the darkest week of the entire year.
Yes. And because of those reasons, and of course, I think a few other reasons, December 25th was the day picked early on.
Yeah.
And still celebrated 2,000 years later, almost 2,000 years later. I think that's pretty powerful.
It is powerful. One of the things that I really liked about this was, because like I said, this is something that I've heard a lot growing up. And I love that he's like, it was literally the pagans, the priests that, he went through. You can go watch Wes Huff's video if you want. But he went through and named a bunch of Greco-Roman historians and emperors and important people that I can't pronounce their names.
It's true. It's very true. You can't pronounce their names or remember them even after they're told to you.
Yeah. But he was like, hey, we have all of these sources that they were moving their holiday, to celebrate this pagan god and this pagan god to compete with Christmas and this Christian celebration, because their pagan temples were being just emptied on December 25th. There was no one there.
Yes.
And so they're like, well, we got to do something to have this pagan worship back in Rome. And obviously, didn't quite work out so well for Rome, but.
Nope, it didn't. What about the Christmas tree? I thought this was really, really good.
Yeah. The Christmas tree, this is another one that I feel like I grew up hearing a lot.
We've had people leave our church because we put Christmas trees on the stage. This one kind of hits home with me too.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know what you were going to read for this, but I really wanted to read this verse that Wes Huff talks about.
Talking about Jeremiah 10:2-4?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on to read that, okay?
Okay.
I want to set that up.
Yeah,
with
go for it.
Some of these talking points.
Yeah.
And I think then if you read the verse, it'll actually be more powerful.
All right, go for it.
So the first Christmas tree ever was in the 1500s.
Yeah.
All right? Now, let's point out the fact this. There were no pagan celebrations in the 1500s.
Okay. It's good.
So it wasn't like there was this holidays being celebrated.
Yeah.
And we were like, ooh, that's cool. We should have a tree too.
Yeah.
It wasn't that at all.
Right.
So the first instance of a tree kind of being celebrated around Christmas was in the 1500s. And it was actually involved with this drama or this play. And it was called the Paradise Tree.
Yeah.
And this play was done around this paradise tree. And it was an evergreen tree decorated with fruit and candles to explain and celebrate the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve. And it was always performed on the eve of Jesus' birthday, December 24th.
Yeah.
And then after the play was done explaining the gospel story of Adam and Eve, everybody would eat all the fruit. And the next day, they would keep the tree and decorate it for Jesus' birthday.
Yep.
And the trees would remind them of the Garden of Eden and the garden to come. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then we see Martin Luther, a mighty man of God, later on, had this powerful encounter. He was said to have, during a winter, had an evening stroll through the forest, experienced the power of God while staring at the stars through the pine trees. And he was so moved that he cut down one of the trees, a pine tree specifically, and put it in his home with lighted candles. Now that was Martin Luther, but it wasn't really practiced nationwide for many, many, many more years.
Yeah.
The first instance was actually in Britain in the 19th century.
Yeah, because Martin Luther, I think he did start that movement with the pine trees and Christmas trees, but Justin is very isolated to Germany
Yes.
and around Germany where he was from.
Yep.
It never went anywhere past that until 1900s.
Yeah, and the reason it became so popular was actually because of Queen Victoria when she married Prince Albert, that they actually had a Christmas tree or a big pine tree that was decorated with candles in the wedding. And people thought it was so beautiful that they actually then began doing the traditions more around the world.
Yeah.
And then Canada started this tradition actually in the 17th century. That's the earliest recordings we have of Canada adopting the idea of putting a pine tree in your home for Christmas.
Yeah.
Now, we do have instances of pagan practices with the representations of trees, but they were always, I think, if I remember correctly, oak trees.
Yeah, they were usually oak trees, always a deciduous tree, which means not an evergreen.
Yeah, the shape is, it's not to be confused. I mean, it's not even hard to notice that this has got to be some sort of maple tree or an oak tree.
Yeah.
It's not a pine tree or an evergreen tree at all. And also, this use of trees was completely long dead and forgotten by the time this practice of Christmas trees was adopted in Europe and America.
Yeah.
And I loved what Westhoff said. He says, pagans have other practices that include buildings, songs, prayers, alms of giving, images of crosses and fish. These are all pagan symbols and practices. And correlation does not equal causation.
Yeah. I really, really like that phrase that he used, correlation does not equal causation. I wrote that down because if you want to try to draw a squiggly line from some pagan practice to a Christian tradition or a Christian practice, you probably could. I don't
know how.
With pretty much, I mean, you could draw a scribbly line. You'd have to weave your way around some things and
circle back a few times.
You could, if you really want to, you could try to connect a Christmas tree to a pagan practice. People do it all the time.
Maybe they're mistaken though.
It's not a straight line.
No.
So I'm saying, but they have a tree, we have a tree, it's pagan. That's about the correlation.
Yeah. Let me say this one thing, and then I want you to read your verse and talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
If correlation is causation, that means if the pagans had it, then we can't have it. Then we've got to get rid of our buildings.
Yeah.
We've got to get rid of songs. We have to get rid of prayers. We have to get rid of almsgiving. We have to get rid of crosses and any kind of fish symbol too.
Yeah.
But we don't.
Right.
We don't. So let's not also just focus simply on the tree.
Yeah.
All right. Now read this verse.
All right. So this is another thing that people will talk about, bring up when making the claim that Christmas trees are pagan. Jeremiah 10, 2-4.
Yeah, read it all.
This is what the Lord says. Do not learn the ways of the nation or be terrified by the signs in the heavens, though the nations are terrified by them. For the practices of the peoples are worthless. They cut a tree out of the forest. Christmas tree.
They cut a Christmas tree out of the forest.
And a craftsman shapes it with his chisel. They adorn it with silver and gold, and they fasten it with a hammer and nails so that it will not totter.
But
Christmas tree, ladies and gentlemen, can't have them.
I want you to read. Then can you read the next verse?
Yeah. So let's go a little further. Let's keep reading.
Because what are they making this? What are they making?
Yeah. What is Jeremiah actually talking about here?
Because they cut down a tree.
Like a scarecrow in a cucumber field, their idol cannot speak. They must be carried because they cannot walk. They do not fear them, for they can do no harm, nor can they do any good.
They're cutting down a tree to make an idol.
Yeah.
And they're carving it. You got to think of maybe like a totem pole or something.
Yeah.
Right? The face, a mouth,
He
eyes.
even says in this part that the craftsman shapes it with a chisel.
Yeah. They're not cutting down a tree and just standing a tree up in their house. They're cutting down a tree to make an idol in the representation of a man in hopes that it's a god.
Yeah.
Now, that's not what we're doing as Christians.
Not at all.
Not at all. They're making scarecrows.
Yeah.
We're not doing that. So it's important to understand the context of that verse. Let's see here. Also, what about this argument? Because the Bible doesn't tell us to celebrate Jesus' birthday.
Yeah.
Which I thought, you know what? Hey, that's actually a pretty good point.
Yeah,
right?
it doesn't.
It doesn't. But also the Bible doesn't tell us how to do everything in life either. So,
yeah.
But I like what Wes Hub said.
Yeah.
Because we find that Jesus in the Bible goes to Jerusalem to celebrate Hanukkah.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, the idea of Hanukkah as a celebration and a festival was not a requirement made by God.
Yeah,
This actually was a man-made holiday.
Yeah, it was never in the Old Testament. There was, I think, 3 real major holidays that God told the Israelites to celebrate.
Yeah, because you don't want to forget the great works of God.
Hanukkah was not one of them.
Nope.
However, we see Jesus going up to the temple to celebrate that.
Which is not a command in the Bible.
That's right.
But Jesus is participating.
There you go.
And so we too can participate and celebrate Jesus' birthday, even though it's not commanded in Scripture.
Yeah.
I believe that there is place for us to do this.
Yeah.
So there is, what I can see here, there's not a connection. There's not much connection. There's not any connection really to pagan practices with Christmas. I believe because Christmas predates any pagan holiday.
Yeah. I want to add one thing here on the Bible doesn't tell us to do it.
Please.
Can I do that there?
Yeah, we're running out of time.
I'll make this quick. I think that celebrating Jesus' birthday, maybe it wasn't December 25th. Probably wasn't. It'd be insane if we just, it's a 1 in 365 chance that we just randomly picked the right day. Okay, that would be crazy. Could happen, but I don't know. But any time where more people are looking at Jesus, are inquiring about why we actually celebrate Christmas. I know even last podcast, my culture clash was the commercialization of Christmas.
Yes.
But
I think it was a commercialization of Thanksgiving.
Oh, you're right. It was of Thanksgiving. But I could do the same thing next week about Christmas, right? Like anytime that people are focused on Jesus more than they are normally, I think it's a good thing, and that we as Christians should not go, whoa, might be pagan, shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Or, Jesus didn't tell us to do it, so I'm not going to do it. Anytime that people are focusing on Jesus, it's a good thing, and we should not only let people do, we should join in, we should celebrate, we should say, yeah, you want to know more about Jesus? Come, let me tell you more about Jesus.
I love it. We got to be very careful not to create so many rules.
Yeah.
And that's what that was a big mistake that happened early on, which is Jesus came and arrived in a time frame where there was over 600 rules for the Jewish people to follow, which were never placed on them by God.
Right.
But the people, they create all those rules. And we still love to do this today. You can't have a Christmas tree. You can't celebrate Christmas. Santa Claus, which if you wanted to know more about Santa Claus, I encourage you to look it up. We have some information here, but we're running out of time. Check out his Westhoff's thing, and you can hear it for yourself. But I want to read Colossians 1:16, and then we'll end.
All right, let's do it.
Let no one judge you in food or in drink or regarding a festival or a new moon or Sabbath. And you can read that verse on your own. There. You can read that verse in your own in context and decide for yourself what this is all about. And as Christians, the liberty we have to celebrate some of these things.
Yeah.
And anyway, Christmas isn't pagan.
Christmas isn't pagan, ladies and gentlemen.
That was fun.
That was fun. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, we did the exact same thing, I think, with Halloween, right?
Yeah.
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 Which was fun, too.
Yeah, it was. It's good.
What was this podcast like?
This one, it's like a big, I don't know what they're called, like a big Christmas cake.
Fruit cake.
Yeah. Oh, not a
cake.
fruit cake, like a big bundt cake, I guess.
Oh, Like with the icing on the top.
with the icing on top.
Ooh, like a cinnamon bundt cake.
It kind of got the swirls in it.
Yeah, delicious.
Yeah. That's what it's like.
I like that. It's been great to be with you today, audience.
It's been a good one.
Catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Youth and Young Adult Podcast. Youth and Young Adult Podcast. Youth and Young Adult Podcast.